Roost is the online bat survey analysis software which pairs with the DarkFlight field kit. On Roost, you'll be able to analyze all of your thermal video clips as well as the acoustic detector clips, which are paired with the DarkFlight unit in a very quick and efficient manner. This should hopefully see you analyzing your bat surveys much more quickly than having to use a group of separate tools to perhaps look at the audio analysis or the video analysis and the report creating software. So that's what I'll show you in this video. There is certainly no shortage of data when you are going after doing bat surveys. You'll have your infrared cameras with the IR illuminators, or you might have wide angle thermal cameras, you might have thermal scopes, binoculars. And then paired with all of those, you'll also have your acoustic detectors, which could be the all singing, all dancing ones, or you could have the USB plug-in microphones. Whichever route you have gone down, it still creates a sizable amount of data which you have to sift through and analyze when you get back to the office. So that is where DarkFlight and Roost come in. The whole aim with both of those things is to reduce the amount of manual analysis that you have to do by pairing the video and the audio data from the get-go. So when you use DarkFlight, it is a wide angle thermal camera paired with a full spectrum acoustic detector, and they are time synced for the duration of the survey. Now once you've done the survey, you can upload all of that data onto the online platform Roost. Now Roost is where you will be able to go through, analyze all of the data and have it there in a user-friendly format, which is what I'll show you right now. So here we go. Once you've signed in using your account, you will have your surveys displayed here. Once you have clicked into one of the surveys, at the top here you can see the coverage ledger. So this gives you a really easy to see overview of the technical success of the survey. So did the camera drop out at any times? Did the acoustic detector drop any frames or anything like that? And you can clearly see those moments are labeled in orange. There is then a deeper explanation of what the issue was just below in survey limitations. Now this is very open and clear. Obviously not every single survey is going to record every single frame. Technical issues do happen and that is surfaced to you immediately. So let's have a look at one of these. Short camera interruptions. It says the camera stopped delivering frames 4 times during a survey. The longest interruption was 0.6 seconds and in total it was about 1.2 seconds. This survey was 1 hour and 46 minutes long, so I'm sure you won't notice the absence of 1.2 seconds. Nevertheless, it's very important to have that information available, especially if you're doing surveys where there are perhaps more severe outcomes if something isn't disclosed. Okay, so beneath the limitation section, we have the main visual review section. So all of these blocks represent a 32-second composite image of the activity that has happened in that scene. As you can see, if it's very obvious where in block 1 that there is no flight path happening at all, you can click on no bat. It will then correctly assign that block as no bat. For number 2, we can say okay, that potentially is a possible bat, so we can click on possible bat. Or what I will show you now is the main review process if you're a bit unsure or you're just going through it wanting to see the image in a bit more detail rather than seeing the thumbnail type view in the previous screen. So you'll see this image here. This is the composite image, and okay, that probably isn't a bat, but maybe we want to just confirm whether it is or not. So we can click on possible bat just here, along with the rest of our decisions. We can say no bat, confirm, possible, other movement, or you could flag it for senior review. All of these options are also tied to different key presses there. So let's say that is a possible bat. What will then happen is we will load up the 30-second block of the thermal image, and then beneath that we can also see the sonogram which loads through. So to my eye, there are no bat calls here, so this should be a pretty simple analysis section. I'll zoom this through so you don't have to sit and wait and watch nothing happen. And you'll see once we got to the 34th second of the 7 minutes past, it just goes onto a loop. We didn't hear any bat-like noises. We didn't see any bats. I think what we saw there was potentially a fly. So we can easily label that as no bat. You can then see the possible bat decision was superseded by the no bat decision there. You are then sent through to a subsequent block. I skipped through block 4 because I had already analysed that step, but you can just press next if you think there is no bat. That is the default behaviour for no bat to be tagged when you skip. So you can click next, we're on to block 6. Okay, here, maybe a potential bat, so we could go possible again, and rinse and repeat the process. So you will rinse and repeat that process, going through the blocks, determining from the composite image whether or not you think there is a bat, and if you think there is, you go on possible and proceed from there. So we can see in the sonogram here that, okay, that looks very much like a potential bat call to me. So what we can do is click on zoom to selection, and we can then draw a little box around the sonogram. And we have then tuned it from displaying all 20 up to 130 kilohertz, just to a narrow band around 36 to 66 kilohertz. And our zoom marker will play here. So once you have zoomed into the sonogram, you can tune the heterodyne to listen to the exact frequency you would like to. You can drag this back to just the start of the call. We've got the play video and audio button here. We've got the video perfectly synced up with the call which we're about to play. We can press play here or that other button. You can see the bat fly over and we can hear it. From there on, you would look at assigning a species. There are also some tools you can do to help with your audio analysis here, so you can adjust the gain and you can also change it here as well. From there we would look at assigning it a species. I don't know exactly what this is, so I'll just say it's a soprano pip for now. And you can see it has been labelled down in the corner here. Confirm that. We can then move on to the next option. And you just rinse and repeat until you have gone through the entire survey and confirmed or denied whether there are bats in that tile. Now there are also other ways to go about this analysis. You can open up the acoustic cue and you can see where there is high levels of ultrasonic activity. So we just did block 92, and as you can see, block 92 is labelled on here. It's a 33 millisecond duration bat call or ultrasonic activity, and the peak was at 17 decibels. So when we're going through the acoustic cue, we can click into any block which may have more ultrasonic activity than another one. So let's go to block 120. We can then come down here. Okay, again, that looks like a bat call to me, so we can either zoom to it like we did last time, or we can do it manually here. This time, let's actually just watch the video, wait until we can see the activity, which is scrolling along on here, so we'd expect it to happen around there. We can come through, play it again. Okay, looking pretty good to me. So let's zoom in, come back here, zoom to selection, get the narrow band which we're interested in, drag the playback to just before the bat, tune the heterodyne just to roughly where you need it, and then we can listen and watch. There we go. So again, assign the species, confirm the bat, and then move on. So that's a quick dive into how Roost aims to speed up the bat survey analysis process. As you can see, the audio and the thermal are linked, and you can give it decisions, assign species. Future updates in the very near future are going to be adding in a classifier, so the classifier will run on the sonogram and the audio to give you a suggestion within the Roost app. Of course, there are other tools which can do this for you. So included in Roost is an option to download all of the raw data, so you are not actually left out of pocket. And furthermore, you're able to put all of that into reports, as I mentioned, but that is for another video.